Okay guys, welcome to today's video about German work culture. This is actually part of a series, and be sure to also check out the other videos of the series. Today the special topic is the work attitude. So basic rules that underlie all the German working style and how Germans approach work. So let's get to it. So the first is, the rule is, if there's nothing to do, find something to do. Actually, a very good example is if you ever happen to get into a bakery and, for example, if you just observe the people working there when there are no people, when there are no customers. Basically, instead of then standing there and chatting or doing something on their phone, what they will do is they will clean the place. So that is the German approach to work. Even if in office, for example, right now there's no project or nothing particular to do, find something to do. Don't surf on the internet, don't go for 2-hour coffee breaks or something, don't go chatting. Basically what you can do is you can find something for training, can see if you can restructure the drives, think about processes, and there's always something you can find to do, and that's one of the bases of German work culture. The second thing is, never commit to anything and then not do it. In Germany it's completely fine. Let's say your boss comes to you, or project manager, somebody comes to you and tells you, can you please do this until tomorrow? And then you can say, no, I have other things to do, I cannot manage. Or maybe you can ask your boss, okay, but I also have these things to do, like how should I prioritize? It's completely fine, even if a senior comes, if a boss comes to say, no, I don't think it's a good idea. Actually, the boss expects you to do that. He expects you to, because he cannot know everything. So he expects you to tell him if he's missing something or if something is not possible. But never say yes and then not follow up. The third rule is, tell bad news as soon as you get to know about them. Don't wait until the last moment. The thing is, let's say you have project work to do and a certain deadline is expected. As soon as you know that this deadline cannot be kept anymore, even if it's in 2 months' time, as soon as you get to know that, tell about it. Tell your project manager about it. I mean, of course, in the first instance, you should try to fix it. You should try to make the time shorter. But if it's really clear it cannot be made good anymore, or you need help by your project manager, by your boss, by your colleagues, as soon as you know about it, you have to tell about it. That helps to create transparency, and these other people may be able to help you. And then it's not a sign of weakness if you raise the flag. It's actually very good for everybody, for the whole project, and it's also really appreciated in Germany. The fourth rule is, timeline means a little bit early. So always plan for contingencies. For example, let's say you have committed a date in 2 weeks, and you know the work will take approximately 2 or 3 days. You don't start 2 or 3 days before the deadline. You consider contingencies. You consider maybe some other thing comes up, maybe you will fall sick, or this or that will actually take longer than you expected. The expectation of you is to plan your work in a way that even with a contingency, you will still be able to make it. The fifth rule is, small details matter. In a certain way, the German work culture is also a little bit about perfection. So let's say, for example, you write an email or you write a report or anything like that. Make sure that not only the content is good, but make sure that also small details, like, for example, that the font that you are using is consistent, that the size of the font is consistent, that how you use commas and full stops and blanks, that is consistent, that the color of the font is consistent. These things matter a lot in Germany, because it reflects your overall strive for perfection. Basically, the German assumption is if not even the commas or the font is correct, is right, is perfect, then the content can also not be good. So always strive for this perfection and really pay attention to small details also. Basically, it's about quality in every aspect. Rule number 6 is always come with your own solution. So let's say, for example, you're new in an office or you have joined a new job and you don't know something. No problem, you don't know how to solve something, no problem. So you go to your colleague, maybe he's senior, maybe it's your boss, and you ask, what should I do? This is the situation, I don't know what to do, what should I do? And this is not very well received in Germany. This is not appreciated. Basically, what people expect of you is that you always come with your own solution. Basically, that you have planned out, that you have maybe made short notes. You have, okay, this is the situation, this is the problem, what could be done about it, maybe in these steps, but you are still not sure about it, or you want to get the opinion of the boss, or while you are asking the question, you can in other ways try to show that you have actually tried to do your homework, but you just really don't know how to continue. So that sometimes happens if you're really completely fresh somewhere. But it's important to demonstrate that you have also put your own brain and also try to take the responsibility, but you need help. So that's the way to do it. And very, very closely related to this is also this statement, which I've read very often here in India, that after a long mail, it's written, please confirm. I think here locally the interpretation is very different from what a German would interpret when he reads this, this please confirm statement. Basically, this please confirm implies for the German ears that, okay, this is the situation, and I have done this and that, and now please you take the responsibility to absolve me of all the responsibility for this. So basically for the German ears, how it sounds is that you don't want to take over the responsibility, and the other person who is supposed to confirm is supposed to take over the responsibility for you. So that's, I know in India it may be a very different interpretation how this is used, but the German would interpret it like that. So I would just completely delete this please confirm from the email writing vocabulary, for example, because it's just not well received in Germany. An alternative of how you can ask for a second opinion or for a confirmation of something that you have done is you can say, okay, the problem is this, and I have found this solution, I have done these things, and I think this is the right way of doing it. Do you also agree? So that would be a better way of writing it in German. The next, also closely related point is this topic of please advise or please review. So basically, let's say you have done some work and now you are sending the report that you have written to a colleague or to a superior, and then you write, this is the topic, please advise. Now for the recipient, it is completely unclear what exactly you want from him. Let's say, for example, you are sending him a 100-page report. It's just too much. He doesn't have the time to read through the whole report. Basically, it's very good if you specifically ask for one thing. So let's say, for example, on page 41 in the 3rd paragraph, I have this question, I'm unsure about this and that, I have marked the sentence in yellow, could you please have a quick look into it and could you please check it and tell me if it's fine, if you think it's fine. So that would be a completely different thing. So that's always the approach. Don't make general questions like this, please advise. Ask specific things so that the other person can very quickly answer it and doesn't need too much time. And the last rule that we are going to discuss today is it's not so important that you stay super late into the night in office and you come super early and you're the last person that leaves. What's important is that while you are in office, you're utilizing your time in a productive way. So really every minute that you're in office is used for working, is used for productivity. And then if you go home on time, it's completely fine. The result basically matters, and that actually work is done during the time. Okay guys, that was today's video about German office culture, more about the general attitude towards work. don't forget, this is part of a series. You can also check out the other videos, which are also quite helpful, I believe. So if you also like the video, then please subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications when I release something new. Also like the video and all your dreams will come true.